Welcome to another episode of Sports Hub Central. I am your host, Chad M.
And I'm Emily Nerland, and we are here with some NFL headlines, starting with the hottest topic. Chad Johnson was arrested for domestic abuse, alleged domestic abuse. The Finns have let him go. Do you think it was right of them to let him go so quickly?
Well, I believe that anytime you take on a personality of a Chad Johnson who's clearly past his prime, he's obviously going to be on a short leash. That was mentioned by head coach Joe Philbin today in the press conference, explaining why they decided to part ways with him. And do I think it's fair? No, because at the end of the day here, Chad Johnson doesn't exactly have an extensive history of criminal problems. He's never actually even been charged, shall I say.
So do you think that they're going to risk that on the Dolphins, risk having their name put out there, maybe losing him the start of how many games, how long till this drags out? That's something that they shouldn't consider, that he might not even be on the roster. He might have to be reporting, go to anger classes, might not be allowed on the field, considering what...
I totally understand all that, Emily, but is it not okay to assume someone is innocent until proven guilty? Isn't that what the U.S. Constitution stands for? So why can't someone be allowed to continue with their job when they're not?
But the Constitution doesn't protect football players from being cut from teams. It protects your rights. So the fact that it wasn't one single thing, they could point to many things, like the swearing in the press conference. You can watch on Hard Knocks how he has not really been meshing with that team, and he just wasn't talented enough. I brought up before, if it might be more of a question if we look back and said, if Brady gave Giselle a little bit of a shiner, would he be gone? Is that something that we would look back on, and then you're really evaluating the morals of this organization? It was an easy decision for the Finns.
We know a personality like Chad Johnson is obviously on a short leash, and anytime he does something that is considered to be out of line, he's way more likely to have to take on a penalty this severe versus someone like Tom Brady, who is a golden boy, who cannot do no wrong, and they'll look for every single reason to protect him.
Well, something we might know that probably Chad Johnson won't be playing anywhere else, but people that are playing right now, preseason games, what can you read into preseason games? Luck just had exploded, and there are some people saying that this is telling of what he's going to do. He went 10 for 16. He got 2 touchdowns. He was people are saying it's almost Manning-like, and other people are saying that's against the Rams defense. So when you're watching preseason football, how much do you put behind this? Is Luck really the guy he's supposed to be for that Colts organization?
Well, for someone like Luck and rookies, I think there's a little bit more value and emphasis put on the preseason. It's getting their feet wet, getting a little bit of experience in the league, getting those snaps, getting acquainted with the playbook, and just the way the league is in general. I don't put too much stock in the actual outcome of the games in terms of final score, but you can take a lot in terms of understanding and learning what players are capable of doing from watching them on the field. So if people want to criticize Luck, they're out of their minds. All the guy can do is take the snaps on the field and produce at the highest level he can, regardless of the importance of the games right now.
I am with you on that, especially in part because his shovel pass that just goes 3 yards that gets taken in 63 for a touchdown isn't his fault that it got taken in. People are using that as a knock. It is his first.
Maybe it's the fact that he has a bit of a deep threat with his arm that it forced the defense to play more man coverage deep down with the secondary that allowed that space for the running back to go to the house.
Either way, I think we're in agreement then that for rookies it is telling. It's their first time on the field, and to see someone with such good composure, especially at the quarterback position, is somewhat telling and can't be glanced off. The third preseason game is really when you're going to start seeing some ones versus ones and it really happening, but nothing counts till the season starts. So be sure to check back in with Sports Hub Central when it does.
Lots of football.